Finally, The Rock's daughter has arrived in NXT. But more on that later. What's up? It's your boy Scoot. Like I told y'all, I'm getting back into it. Hitting y'all with this quick tag, NXT. It's the NXT after Halloween Havoc. Let's go through the fallout. And remember, if you watched the review for Halloween Havoc, tonight was Tag Team Title Tuesday. Say that 10 times fast. Nobody likes to show off except Dolph Ziggler. Um, the match. The night opens up with the women's tag team title match. Caden Carter, Katana Chance, NXT Women's Tag Team Champions, versus Nikita Lyons, Zoe Stark. They definitely had a running theme with both of these tag team title matches. They weren't bad matches. They were good for what it was, but they definitely gave you the false finishes and the oh no, could the titles really be changing? Actually, the titles did change, but only for 30 seconds. There was a blunder that the ref didn't catch that Caden blind tag Katana and Zoe Stark rolled up Katana to get the 1, 2, 3. They were celebrating, and just like the Oscars a few years back, hey, y'all didn't win, fam. Another ref came out and was like, hey, Katana actually tagged Caden. So Caden was the illegal person. So you're gonna have to run that back. Which they did. They ran it back. It lasted for about maybe 5 more minutes, roughly. 1, 2, 3, and still Katana and Caden. Later on in that night, there was a segment showing that Zoe was upset that, they lost, and apparently they're supposed to get a rematch or when they get the rematch. And then Nikita came in all apologetic saying, oh no, we messed up, this, that, and the third. And she was like, don't worry, we'll get another shot. We'll get another chance. It's all good. Next up, Wesley comes out there to talk to, basically give his declaration that, he is now the new North American champion. And before he could really get anything out, here come old squarehead ass Grayson Waller. He plays his role. He really does. He's not a bad wrestler. He really plays his role. But his squarehead ass come out there, look here, blah, 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 blah. Whatever. It didn't matter because R-Truth comes out there dressed as the Joker and saying, Ayo, welcome to Halloween Havoc. And they was all like, Truth, Halloween Havoc was Saturday. And he was like, well, Grayson told him it was Saturday. And he was like, man, whatever. And then he looked at Wes, and Wes was like, nah, Truth, it was Saturday. That's how I won this. And he was like, word, congrats, dog. You know how Truth is. But all in all, it led to them kind of beating up Grayson. Next week is going to be Grayson versus R-Truth. I'm assuming Grayson may be Wes's first challenger for his North American title. We shall see. Next up, Shotzi versus Lash Legend. It was a spinoff to what happened at Halloween Havoc. Pretty run-of-the-mill match. Quincy was in Shotzi's corner. Boom, boom, boom. Shotzi gets the W. It was no need for really this to happen. And then, per the stipulation of Julius Creed beating Damon Kemp in the ambulance match, Brutus was supposed to get 5 minutes with Damon. Damon hops up on the screen like, fam, I'm beat up. I'm not medically cleared. I'll beat up when I beat up. And best believe the 5 minutes won't go as what you think it's going to go. So they was like, boo, whatever. And then Sunga and Veer beats up the Creed brothers. And as y'all remember, Sunga was supposed to have been kind of like the good guy in all of this. And as in this year, let's just say their old tag team name until whatever they get rebranded as. In this year was walking back. Ivy looks up at Sunga like, why? Like, why? What's up with you, fam? Like, why you doing this? We shall see. Next up, tag team title match. Pretty Deadly, yes boy, versus Idris Enofe and Malik Blade. Once again, the same thing almost as the women's tag team title match. Hard hitting, good moves, a bunch of false finishes. Ultimately, it led to Pretty Deadly hitting the spilled milk, keeping the belts. So I guess we'll see what's next for Pretty Deadly and Katana and Caden as far as tag team title, huh? Yeah, as far as tag team title matches goes. Uh Schism, the group run by Joe Gacy and formerly the Grizzled Young Veterans. Well, I guess their tag team name is the Dyad now. They come out there to debut their new member, and they cut a nice little promo. They had the little promo with all the things that they were saying, and he had the little smiley face mask, and each of their masks had things written on them, and their little speech was geared towards what their mask said. And then the mask comes off, and what I alluded to in the beginning of the video, Simone Johnson is finally on NXT TV, going by the name Ava Rain. So now Schism is Joe Gacy, the Dyad, formerly Grizzled Young Veterans, and now Ava Rain. We'll see where that goes from here. Then you had Soul Ruka versus Indy Hartwell. Indy was trying to tell Soul in the beginning, look, all that flashy shit is cool, but you got to get the W's for things to really matter. Lo and behold, Indy kind of makes short work of Soul Ruka. Like, I'm not going to lie. It was damn near a squash match, if we're really being honest. But that all led to the return of Elektra Lopez, who promptly beat down both ladies. So we'll see where she fits in all, especially because she was saying, I'm coming back for everybody. I'm coming back to take everything. So it looks like more and more we're probably going to get more challengers for Mandy, because speaking of Mandy, she had a little segment talking to Taxic. That's the country. Toxic attraction. It was cheesy, but all in all, it was to announce that next week they're going to be celebrating the 1 year of her title reign. Toxic. Then they played some weird audio of somebody calling the performance center, leaving a message, long message. It was some poetic poem of how they're going to start destroying NXT, whatever. And it ended with the person being named Scripps. So, yeah. Scripps. Also, we had another Dominic Dijakovic promo of him burning his old mask. Now you even heard words. We don't know when. I wouldn't be surprised if he debuts next week, because Braun Breaker's supposed to be back. And even Apollo Crews is now saying, hey, I remember I originally came back to NXT because I wanted the belt. I never wanted my first go round. I want it back now. So we shall see what happens with that. So we'll see when Braun Breaker's in the building next week, and we will see when Mandy Rose is in the building next week. There was a Chase U segment. If y'all didn't know, Duke Hudson is now enrolled in Chase U. It seems like they're trying to pull the thing where Duke is going to try to make Bodie look bad. So that way, I guess he could potentially be Andre Chase's favorite student. Something. They're pulling some type of shenanigery with that. And I guess we'll see how that works out with the whole Chase U situation, Bodie, all of that. The main event of the night was Ilya Dragunov versus JD Madonna. And it was a grudge match going back from that time in NXT UK. Now we're here. And Madonna basically said, I'm taking out this man for good. Man's got to go. And Madonna, not sorry, not Madonna, Dragunov was already taped up in the ribs and everything. So, of course, JD being the tactician slash brutalizer, thank you, he is. Of course, he was attacking the ribs, going for it. But the match ended with, I'm assuming Dragunov was going for the torpedo Moscow. JD reversed it and hit him with this submission. This is where it got weird. He hit the submission and he was basically squeezing at the head. Ilya was out. Like, it wasn't one of them situations where Ilya was squirming and it was like, no. Damn near as soon as Madonna hit the submission, Ilya was out. Bleeding from the mouth, bleeding from the face. And the ref was just looking like, you good, fam? But I'm just trying to make sure you good, though. Like, Ilya, is you good? I'm sitting there, ref ring the bell. Booker and Vic Joseph is like, ring the bell. People in the audience is like, ring the bell. JD is screaming, ring the bell. And the ref is like, you good, fam? Like, I'm just trying to make sure he ain't gonna fight out of this. Ring the motherfucking bell. The man is out. Finally, he rings the bell. Let's just say the refs. I don't want to take this shot. They was very AEW like with some of these matches. It was like, did y'all just have a lapse in judgment tonight? Like what? Like what happened? Especially with it, like, you good, fam? Like, Ilya is damn near dying. You good, fam? Blood is coming out of his face, and the ref is still like, I'm just trying to make sure you good, fam. They stretcher Ilya out. I guess we will see where this goes from there. That was NXT for 1025. I guess we'll see coming up, because I'm assuming starting next week, everything will build towards the Deadline pay-per-view, which is in December. Sorry, Premium Live Event, which is in December. So they'll have all of November to build up all the storylines and everything. I'm pretty sure Mandy's next challenger, Braun's next challenger, maybe tag team matches for the women's and men. Excuse me. Maybe West might have his first challenger. We shall see. But NXT, not 2.0, but NXT 1025, that was it. I'm Scoot, aka 3-time tag champ, 3-time, 3-time, 3-time. Yeah, I said it. Deal with it. You other tag people out there, they know who they are. They probably sitting at home mad jealous. But thank y'all for tuning in. See y'all next time. Tag out.